Welcome to another demonstration of War Robots test server. This is test server 2.9.0224 in the first week of April 2017. In this particular video, we'll be demonstrating the new heavy machine gun prototype. We'll do this using three popular platforms: Arraygen, the Fury, and the Carnage. I've chosen these three rather than the Leo or Fityaz or Golem because you'll be able to see them in action without the interference of other weapons. You'll also see the new Gekko in action as well. Start first with the heavy machine gun. It has 50 ammunition or 50 rounds, a reload time of 10 seconds, range of 800 meters, a damage per hit of 1,230 health, a fire rate of 3.4 seconds. There will be an acceleration such that after 3 seconds of fire, it'll accelerate by 1.5 or 50%, that is. The Gekko appears to have been buffed. Now, by the way, all these statistics are at level 8 rather than level 12. The Gekko has a damage of 1,610 hit points, reload time of 11 seconds, rather long, but a long range of 1100. It's the longest light weapon there is. So it has been buffed or increased in damage compared to the live server. So capacity of 3 pulses, takes 3 seconds to unload with a reload time of 11 seconds. And it can work through or ignores energy shields. Alright, so let's get started. I want to emphasize that all of these robots and weapons are at level 8 rather than level 12. So this is the first time the test server has been at level 8. Okay, so let's get started first of all with the Gekko. Now I'm using the pattern because it only has light weapons, unlike the Leo, the Golem, or Vityaz, which you would otherwise be watching a combination of medium and heavy weapons. So this allows us some unadulterated review of its capabilities. So it has been considerably buffed, but it's still a low yield or low damage weapon. It doesn't work that well on physical shields at all. So we have to target, so that MK3 didn't take much damage at all. But if we target this Rogatka, for instance, we'll see more damage. That was actually considerable damage it was doing. It's been considerably increased. Now here, we're talking about 4 Gekkos. That's a lot of Gekkos. Take a look at this Leo over here. Good target. This is not a particularly good map for this weapon because there's a lot of problems aiming at a lot of locations. Okay, let's get a little higher up. Another pattern here with Gekkos. Now there's an MK3, but it's got a physical shield, so it won't work that well. It'll drain its physical shield slowly to a point where when it has no shield, then it'll be vulnerable. But let's try to pick some other target with a energy shield or no shield at all. Okay, so it does appear to have been buffed somewhat in terms of capabilities, so that's very helpful. But that's Lancelot, so we won't do very much damage on that robot. Hard to find targets on this particular map, being the power plant. There's just so many buildings. Alright, let's change. Let's change to the prototype for heavy gun here because our enemies are starting to get close. So the acceleration is actually very helpful. It's actually kind of fun to watch the acceleration mechanic. It's not doing that much damage though. That's the only thing about this weapon, and you have to stay in sight for a long time. Let's enable our physical shield here. The problem with the Raijin is that you can't see your rounds striking when it's at below normal elevation. Okay. And let's continue this demonstration again. Another battle, this time using the Trident and the Carnage. The thing about the Trident is rather slow, and so the demonstration won't be as effective because it has to position itself. And unlike the Trident, it doesn't do as much damage per round. So you have to stay in view of the target and stay in its line of sight. Probably not as good a choice for this weapon, just because it's you can't just shoot and then duck a few steps and hide. Oh, we got this trebuchet here. No, that's out of range. Yeah, so it has an energy shield there that'll stop a lot of rounds, but eventually the energy shield will be depleted. It's got a rather long, or seemingly long, reload time. Strike this Trident Fury. Yeah, there's the acceleration now. There's this rhino coming close. Yeah, Fury's rather slow and lumbering robot. The great thing about this weapon is that it should pierce physical shields, but it's not doing that much damage to the rhino. No, there must be some bug going on here. I'm not doing much damage at all. Okay, let's try the carnage. Yeah, now it seems to be doing damage. It wasn't doing damage before. Yeah, there is the acceleration mechanic. She does do considerable damage. Now, will it be good enough to compete with the Trident and Zeus? Well, it's longer range by about 200 meters, but there will be spread of fire. Okay, now let's try again. The Tridents will be much more effective in a situation like this when it's much closer. Here's acceleration in action. Now I'm doing no damage, however, so I think there's some sort of bug going on here. The damage is being done with the Orkan. Now I'm doing damage to the energy shield or draining it, so that's effective. Okay, let's try the Gekko this time. Now, as I said, this is a platform I'm using to test it just because you're not seeing medium or heavy weapon adulterate the results. And I have target locking on. That's not going to be very useful on the Lancelot, against the Lancelot. This is a good long-range weapon, but very bad for short-range melee use. So it's long reload time. The frustrating thing about this weapon is when your enemies are close range, you're not doing enough damage to them. There's some damage, but well, that concludes the demonstration of the new Gekko and the new heavy machine gun prototype. Thank you very much for watching.